Dianne Feinstein may have gotten a glimpse of the future of her party on Friday when she was confronted outside her office by some school kids and young adults from the climate change activist group Sunrise Movement. Take a look.
We are trying to ask you to vote yes on the Green New Deal.
Please.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We have our own Green New Deal.
Government is supposed to be for the people and by the people and all
You know
for the
what's
people.
interesting about this group is I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. Lucia,
Any plan that doesn't take bold, transformative action is not going to be what we need.
We need
Well,
your
you
leadership.
know better than I do.
Why don't
So
you read
I
this
think one day you should run for the Senate.
Great.
And then you do it your way.
Well, so how did she handle that, do you think? Those kids are really going to be the voters very soon.
What the hell? I love Dianne Feinstein now. I loved everything about it, and I'm in the minority on this. I really hate when people use children as political props in general. What I thought of, thank you very much, is that there was a kid named Jonathan Crone who spoke at CPAC in 2009, and he was like the new young conservative voice, and he made cable appearances, and later on, as an adult, he said he was naive. He was just saying the stuff he had heard for a long time. He also said, I shouldn't have done that speech. It was a bad idea. Later on, as an adult, and I think children have to be able to grow up and make their own political decisions about what they want. And anyone shaming Dianne Feinstein, she has been doing this 30 years. And if you don't like it, she also said in that, I won by a 1 million vote margin. I don't agree with her politically, but she makes a lot of good points.
She's talking about basically the things you have to go through. But, you know, I would make just one point about this, because years ago during the AIDS crisis, Larry Kramer was on my show. He was the person who did ACT UP and really went after people about AIDS, medical help, etc.
Is he a child?
No, he was a grown-up, Larry Kramer. He's a famous activist. And he was going after Elizabeth Taylor. Now, Elizabeth Taylor was a pro-activist. She was one of the champions in the AIDS crisis, and he was going after her. And I said, why are you picking on her? And he said, because if I go after the antis, nothing gets done. I can at least make a dent when I'm talking to someone on our side. And Dianne Feinstein has an incredible record on climate change. So, yes, go to her. Because if you go to that guy Inhofe, who's holding a snowball and thinks that makes the point about global climate change, you're going to get nothing out of it. And Trump, same thing.
I actually think that kids today know a lot about climate change, and they are the ones that are going to be directly affected by it. My kids know a lot about climate change. They know a lot about recycling, and I think you give them short shrift if you say, you know what, they don't know enough, they should keep their mouths shut. I think my daughter Paloma is 12 years old, and she could give Dianne Feinstein a list of reasons why she should vote.
And the other ones who are
being used as props, and I don't like the way that she engaged.
This is a common cheap trick. Using a kid as a prop, I never like it. I never have.
It did feel very uncomfortable to watch, and that is Dianne Feinstein being herself. There was maybe a more charming way, though, to teach them, like, this is not how government works.
Yes,
and if you want to run for office one day, good for you. You're 7, 8 years old, go for it. Maybe you could have been
I feel for the kids because this is an emergency. We're all going to be underwater before we know it. We'll be right back.
Communal feast, potluck. This parade of dishes will soon be yours to scrub, and they're not even yours. New and improved Dawn Ultra can finish off this buffet. Each drop now has even more grease cleaning power, so you can scrub 50% less and get done faster. Next month, their place. A drop of Dawn and grease is gone.
How's your cough?
I'm good. I took this 12-hour Mucinex and sent it far away.
Hey, buddy, have you seen a nice woman with a cough? Whoa! Mucinex DM releases fast and lasts 12 hours, not 4. Send coughs far away all day.
Nivea Essentially Enriched Body Lotion with 2 times the almond oil. It deeply nourishes skin for 48 hours. 1, 2, 3. Nivea Essentially Enriched deeply nourishes for 48 hours.
Ordinary tissues left Dakota's nose sore and red. So Dad slayed the problem with Puffs Plus Lotion instead. With lotion to soothe and softness to please, a nose in need deserves Puffs indeed.
All right, I brought in Ensure Max Protein to give you the protein you need with less of the sugar you don't. I'll take that.
30 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. Ensure Max Protein in 2 great flavors. Only one OTC topical pain relievers label claims were FDA approved, just like prescription medicines. New Salon Pause Patch Large, uniquely labeled to treat mild to tough or moderate pain for up to 12 hours. Salon Pause, power without a prescription.
I didn't really know anything about my family history. Went to Ancestry. I put in the names of my grandparents first. I got a leaf right away. A leaf is a hint that is connected to each person in your family tree. I learned that my 10 times great-grandmother is George Washington's aunt. Within a few days, I went from knowing almost nothing to, holy crow, I'm related to George Washington. This is my cousin George.
Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
We all care about amazing taste. That's why we've been making the best mayonnaise for over 100 years. Hellmann's, we're on the side of food.
Lunchtime today, Michael and Sarah are swapping lives. Now what could go wrong with that? And what will happen when Will Smith takes Michael and you on an epic adventure? Lunchtime on ABC.
This is a battle line.
This is a war zone out here.
A dividing line.
One gang controlling this side and the other gang the other side.
Eyewitness News anchor Sade Bedranoir checks out new police efforts to regain lost trust to tame New York's most dangerous street. Tonight at 5 on Eyewitness News.
It's time to make your way back to the original Broadway sensation. Jersey Boys. Visit JerseyBoysNewYork.com.
Attention accident victims. Did you break or fracture your leg, ankle, arm, wrist, hip, or any other bone and had surgery? Call 1-800-X-JUDGE to hire a law firm experienced in handling accident cases involving surgery, pins, screws, plates, and rods. Your case may be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. If you've been involved in an accident and had a fracture, broken bone, surgery, or other serious injury, call 1-800-X-JUDGE now.
There's only one way to really save money on carpet and hardwood flooring: buy direct. Skip the middleman. That's what National Floors Direct is all about. I saved hundreds.
At National Floors Direct, we'll beat anyone's price by 15% or it's free. Call 888-400-4 for a free estimate.
So the following study may shock you. According to inside research from dating website OkCupid, no matter how old a man is, he will always be attracted to women in their early 20s. In other news, fish can breathe on the water. So why is this? What comments do you have? Any thoughts on this, ladies?
I was surprised at that. I thought as men got older, they would be attracted to, attracted to women their own age.
That's if they're thinking with their brains, which they don't do. Unfortunately, I think oftentimes it has to do more with the man than the woman they're attracted to. That it makes them feel if they can get someone in their 20s to be attracted to them, it's like, ooh, I still got it. Like, I can be confident again.
And how many of these girls in the 20s are interested in their saggy asses?
They're not. They're not. It says that women, as women age, the ages of the men they say they're attracted to go up. So
say it again.
As women age, the ages of the men they say they're attracted to go up.
Not me. I always have a young man. I enjoy that. I don't want to know. I do. My husband is 7 years younger. My first husband was 2 weeks younger. I had another boyfriend who was 10 years younger.
Ooh,
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a cougar, baby. I feel like, when I'm really old, I want someone to wheel me around. I'm not wheeling him. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah. I can't, be too judgmental of this because my parents were 20 years apart in age. So had my dad not robbed the cradle, I wouldn't be here. So rob away, gentlemen, whatever you want.
How old is Ben? Older than you?
Ben's,
younger?
He's only like 3 years older than me, so I didn't rob anything. But we have our outs, the one person you can be with if you had the opportunity.
The hall pass.
And the hall pass. His is Monica Bellucci, and she's 54.
Oh, the actress.
So,
she's gorgeous.
And obviously my husband's 37, so... maybe the stat isn't correct.
That
you
makes
can't
me
blanket
worry.
everyone.
And I asked my husband the same question.
It's the whole pass.
No, it makes me worry now because he said it was Britney Spears in her prime, which is well below 20.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a long chat tonight, actually. My husband said Britney Spears back in her prime when she was probably 17, like
You know
in
what
that
my
school
problem with that is? Even with this, I'm like, she's not blonde. And with you, she's not a brunette.
That's
like,
true.
just stay in the lane. Like,
Mine is, he's like Salma Hayek and Halle Berry.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, Manny likes Salma Hayek. You did well,
At least
Joy.
they're sort of in the, I'm not pretty like they are, but I'm, one is like,
Yes, you are.
Hispanic, I'm Italian, it's close,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's in there.
Yeah.
Keep Steve
What
close.
about Manny?
Manny likes Salma Hayek.
Hayek, see, she's hot.
she might never come to the show. 'Cause you
She's been here many times. She's adorable. We'll be right back.
It's the red-hot Netflix documentary that you won't believe really happened. The woman who was kidnapped twice by the trusted family friend and pedophile who lived next door shares one of the strangest and scariest true crime stories you've ever heard. Next.
Their Bernaise sauce here is the best in town. What do you do for fun?
Not this.
Oh, what am I into? Mostly Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Helps people find coverage options based on their budget. Flo has it, I want it, it's a whole thing, and she's right there.
Yeah, she's my ride. This date's lame. He has pics of you on his phone.
No, they're very tasteful.
Gentle means everything, so we improved everything. We used 50% fewer ingredients, added one-handed pumps, and beat the top safety standards. The new Johnsons. Choose gentle.
For a nasty cold, take new Dayquil Severe with Vicks VapoCool and vaporize it with an intense rush of Vicks Vapors. New Dayquil Severe with Vicks VapoCool. The daytime coughing, stuffy head, vaporize your cold medicine.
You got ripped.
Thanks.
Off. You got ripped off. Whoever sold you those glasses charged you too much. Yeah, I'd be red-faced too. Next time, go to America's Best, where 2 pairs and a free exam are just $69.95.
That's a good deal.
You'll save on contacts too. So, you gonna bench now?
You gonna move?
Dude, I'm like 5 pounds. Muscle through. It's not just a better deal. It's America's Best. Never overpay, even with insurance. Get more with your vision insurance dollars at America's Best.
Finally, something that works. Helped all my digestive problems.
My immune system says thank you. People don't just say this about any probiotic.
Culturelle promotes digestive balance and immune defense with the proven probiotic. It's #1 for a reason.
The Russells travel to swim meets every Saturday. But now, it's Thursday. Good thing they discovered Gain Flings, the only detergent with concentrated Gain, OxyBoost, and Febreze odor remover. Try new improved Gain Flings.
Ooh, living with ammonia odor? Not a pretty picture. Tidy Cat's lightweight with ammonia blocker tackles tough odor. Now 100% dust-free.
So long, stink face. Bye-bye, dust.
There's a Tidy Cats for that.
What does help for heart failure look like? It looks like George having a busy day.
The beat goes on.
George has Entresto, a heart failure medicine that helps his heart so he can keep on doing what he loves. In the largest heart failure study ever, Entresto was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. It helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium.
Goes on.
Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure.
That was great.
Entrust your heart to Entresto.
The beat goes on.
I'm Shirley Ellicott. Next at noon, whipping winds causing big problems across the area. We'll take a look at the damage and the major airport delays. And an initial court hearing for singer R. Kelly, what his lawyer told the judge at noon.
Next live, we're back from the Oscars.
Yesterday I said, you need to rest your voice. And he goes, I've got to go do the radio show.
With Scott Foley and Derek Huff.
Watch live
Tomorrow morning at 9 on ABC 7.
It's time for Colton.
What are your intentions with my daughter, man?
To face the fathers.
I want to know if I can have your blessing to marry your daughter or her hand in marriage. Her hand in marriage.
Colton. All new Bachelor. ABC tonight.
Tomorrow, Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard are everyone's favorite Hollywood couple. But do their kids think she's the cool one for playing Anna in Frozen 2? They're live on The View.
How was a child sexual predator able to kidnap the same child twice and get away with it? That's just one of the many unbelievable truths uncovered in the bizarre true crime documentary called Abducted in Plain Sight that has become a big hit on Netflix right now, one of the most watched documentaries on Netflix right now. This is a lot to process, so stay with me here. Robert Berchtold was a master manipulator who stopped at nothing to get what he wanted, and he wanted 9-year-old Jan Broberg. As soon as he moved next door, the Brobergs were under his spell, and he used his charm to divide and conquer the entire family. He seduced both parents into sexual relationships in order to get to Jan, and was able to abduct her not once, but twice. He brainwashed her into believing she loved him, forced her into marriage at 12 years old, and terrified her into doing whatever he said. After Berchtold's first arrest, he blackmailed Jan's parents by threatening to expose his sexual relationship with both of them unless they signed affidavits saying that they gave Berchtold permission to take Jan. They did, and Robert abducted Jan again. After the FBI apprehended him, a judge ruled that Berchtold had a mental defect and sentenced him to just 6 months in a mental facility. Jan remained under Berchtold's spell until she was 16, when she realized everything he told her was a lie. Robert never paid for his crimes and harassed Jan up until the day he took his own life, 30 years later. Please welcome Jan Broberg. Thank you for being here and sharing your story with us. I told you just a moment ago that I think this is going to change people's lives, so thank you. You grew up in Idaho with your parents and 2 sisters. Robert Berchtold lived in your neighborhood with his wife and children, and he became friends with your entire family. What was your relationship like with him when he first started coming to your home?
Well, we each had a best friend. So his 3 oldest children matched us in age, my sisters and I. His wife was a lovely person, and my mom, she did crafts. So we'd go over and, do crafts with their family. We met them at church, and so we attended the same church. And he was just charismatic. He was a community member that had a furniture store. He was the kind of guy that was just helpful, and everybody loved him. I mean, he literally had that kind of charisma. So my relationship with him was he was like a second father to me. That's how it became over the 2.5 years while that grooming and manipulation took place.
And Berchtold, right?
Yes, Berchtold.
He became so close with your parents at some point that they allowed him to spend a lot of time with you, even to sleep in the room with you.
Yeah, so, you go back in time and you look at that and you say, okay, what was the normal? Well, mom, dad, somebody always tucked us in, read us a story, laid by us in bed, we tickled backs. He came with these tapes that he said his psychiatrist was having him listen to because he was trying to overcome some childhood trauma of his own. We found out later that the psychiatrist was not a real license. Right. His license had been revoked. So he told my parents, I'm supposed to lay by a child and then listen to these tapes, and it's going to help heal me from my...
They bought it. But then he gave you sleeping pills.
Yes, that came later.
And allegedly molested you, even though did you know what was going on?
Not at that time. I don't ever remember being molested at the time, only when I woke up in the back of the moving motorhome and had been kidnapped, was stripped to the bed, and then...
I see. But if you were really under it from the sleeping pills, maybe you didn't know what happened.
That's possible. Yeah. Sure, of course.
Because they claim that he did molest you. The FBI, I believe, said that, right?
Yes, he did.
He abducted you in 1974 when you were just 12. He took you to live in Mexico, where he forced you into marriage and repeatedly had sex with you. This is where he started to brainwash you. I want to remind everyone that you were only 12 years old What did he tell you?
So when I woke up, here's the setup. You have to think again of how grooming happens. It happens before the actual incident occurs with whether it's a parent, the community, the neighborhood, the congregation. So the grooming has been in place because he would take all of us kids to the science fiction movies. Those were really popular in the early 70s. And then he'd bring over the newspaper clippings where, oh, there's been a UFO sighting in the paper. And he wasn't talking to me directly. He was just talking to mom and dad in the kitchen. And I'm listening and looking at the little white disc on the thing. When I woke up, he was taking me horseback riding. That was his cover story, which we had done before with his oldest son. And when I woke up, I was in the back of a moving motorhome with my wrists and feet strapped to the bed. And there was a tiny, almost speaker-like looking box, like an intercom, maybe a tape recorder, but it was small. And it was playing in this high-pitched, monotone voice, female companion, it is time for your mission to begin. So when people ask me about the brainwashing, I'm like, it took 10 seconds. I'd been led up to that moment where when I then saw him 2 days later covered with blood on the sofa of the motorhome, I thought he had been kidnapped too. Yes, absolutely. And that we were to have a child to save a dying planet. And you know what's interesting, and you'll find this interesting, Joy, is that when you look at something like that, the story that he told through this alien voice, of course I don't think it's him, right? But it really is the middle of a Mary, Jesus, and Joseph story. Like I was this special person that was going to have this special child that was going to save the world. My mother was my mother, but my father was not my biological father. I had been fathered by another person from another planet. So that's a story I heard at Christmas time. Yeah, but you know what I mean? And so that's what they do. They take something familiar and they just change it enough so that they can manipulate you, and it's plausible.
But the alien part, Jan, was not something you had been raised with, were you?
Oh, no, not at all. But I'm just saying,
so as a 12-year-old, it didn't strike you that way? Were aliens? Nothing?
No, because I had gone to all those science fiction movies. Yeah. There'd been the sightings in the paper. You had heard the voices. Right. So all of a sudden that is like...
Yeah.
And then, it's total brainwash.
It made sense. The craziest part of this, and it's all very twisted at the time, but the FBI ultimately found you, and then throughout the next 10 years, he was still having sex with you. You sort of turned on your parents, at least your dad, and then he abducted you again, and you found out that your parents both had a sexual relationship with him at one time.
Right. My father...
Your mom multiple times.
Yeah. My father one time had a masturbation experience with him. And then my mother, yes, there were several times that she met with him. But again, it's the smoke screen that a master manipulator creates.
But when you found that out, though...
Oh, I had my moments of being angry and upset. But I knew they had been groomed and manipulated.
But that was all to get to you.
It was all to get to me.
The sex with your father, the relationship with your mother was so that he could create a smoke screen and inoculate himself from prosecution.
Exactly.
He was always after you.
Always, yes.
Yeah.
And finally, both of my parents saw it. But you know what's not plausible and why this is such an important story to tell is that it was not plausible in their minds or my mind that this man would ever hurt me. He was as close as your best friend is today. It would be like your brother-in-law being that guy. Yeah. It's the person that you would sign over your paperwork and say, hey, raise my children if I die. That's what we don't want to look at even now. You know, we had 800,000 reported sexual abuse cases in this country last year. Are we that much smarter? And those were the reported ones. Right. How many more are not reported?
And
statistically, half this room has been abused by someone that they know.
Yeah. But in our
rarely a stranger. Rarely a stranger.
In our audience, we have Sky Borgman, who is the documentary filmmaker. Sky, you were able to have her parents admit on camera of their sexual relationship. How did you finally get the family to tell the truth about that on camera?
I mean, I think they were ready to tell their story. I think it was a big burden that they had been carrying, especially Bob. He kept this secret for a long time, and I think he really felt the weight of it. And so when he had the opportunity to tell this piece of the puzzle, which I thought was critical, both the relationships with the parents were critical to knowing how he got into the family. And I think they knew how important it was for the world to know that, to kind of keep their eyes open for it.
Yeah.
Okay, we only have a second left. I'm just, did you forgive your parents?
Oh, absolutely. I knew they were groomed.
And you've had a lot of therapy?
I've gone through therapy. I have a wonderful relationship with my parents and my sisters. I'm very lucky. I have a great community. But I think that's the cautionary tale. It's somebody you know, love, and trust, and probably somebody your child knows, loves, and trusts. And it's just not scary strangers.
Thank you
for
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks to Jan Groberg and Sky Borgman. There is so much more to this story. So So make sure you check out the documentary, Abducted in Plain Sight, streaming on Netflix now. And a book is coming out later this year, so yeah, that'll be interesting too. We'll be right back.
What makes View Your Deal even sweeter? How about free shipping? We partnered with vendors for at least half off. Fab finds you're gonna love. Next.
Touch shows how we really feel. But does psoriasis ever get in the way? Embrace the chance of 100% clear skin with Taltz, the first and only treatment of its kind, offering people with moderate to severe psoriasis a chance at 100% clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of people quickly saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, you should be checked for tuberculosis. Taltz may increase risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, symptoms, or received a vaccine or plan to. Inflammatory bowel disease can happen with Taltz, including worsening of symptoms. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ready for a chance at 100% clear skin? Ask your doctor about Taltz.
It's Macy's President's Day mattress sale with Supervise on Serta, Sealy, Beauty Rest, and more. Queen Serta mattresses start at just $149 and get a free adjustable base with select $599 mattress purchase. Now at Macy's. Parodontax Complete Protection. If you see traces of blood when you brush or floss, which kind of toothpaste do you choose? One for healthy gums or one for strong teeth? You don't have to choose. Complete Protection from Parodontax has 8 designed benefits for healthy gums and strong teeth. Take control and leave bleeding gums behind with Complete Protection from Parodontax.
Our bodies perform thanks to our amazing cells. Like you, your cells get hungry. Feed them with Centrum Silver, specially crafted for adults 50 plus, so you can be awesome daily. Centrum, feed your cells today.
They're all going in the same direction, but in very different ways. And Pampers gives all of them our driest, best-fitting diaper. Pampers Cruisers with 3-way fit. They adapt at the waist, legs, and bottom with up to 12 hours of protection for all the freedom to move their way in Pampers Cruisers. Only Pampers diapers are the #1 choice of hospitals, nurses, and parents.
L'Oréal Paris introduces
Rouge Signature. Matte color ink. Less texture. More color.
Less excess, more impact.
All Day Matte Bare Lip Sensation. Rouge Signature. Matte Color Ink by L'Oréal Paris.
We're worth it.
People are managing type 2 diabetes with food, family, and a pill that starts with F. Farxiga, along with diet and exercise, helps lower A1C in adults with type 2 diabetes. Although it's not for weight loss, it may help you lose weight.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. Symptoms of a serious allergic reaction include rash, swelling, difficulty breathing or swallowing. Stop taking and seek medical help right away. Tell your doctor right away if you have red color in urine, or pain while you urinate, or a genital area infection, since a rare but serious genital infection may be life-threatening. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems, are on dialysis, or have bladder cancer. Other serious side effects include dehydration, genital yeast and bacterial infections in women and men, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, and sudden kidney problems. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
Ask your doctor about Farxiga and visit Farxiga.com for savings. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
It's Idol Day! I'm auditioning for American Idol.
Going to be a star. Let's see what you got.
Mondays are always better when you view your deal, but here are 2 words that will really make your day. Free shipping! We partnered with vendors for at least half off fabulous finds while supplies last. So let's get shopping with lifestyle guru, Greta Monahan.
So excited! Taking an offer
weekend linen getaway bag. I love this. This is an incredible weekender style. This is TSA carry-on compliant. And how lightweight is that? Well, weightless, but tons of room inside, including pockets, and all vegan on the handles and the extras. Gold tone. Love this. Original on these bags. They come in 6 colors, $98. Not today, Sunny. $39 plus free shipping. Saving 60% off. You are going to freak out at this. You know I love the celeb look. That is sporty locks with the baseball hat. And I'm rocking mine today because you know how you can usually struggle with a baseball hat to get your ponytail through? You can't get the Not anymore. I brought this for you. So Pony Flow, check it out, you guys. I want to show you. This has a specially designed opening in the back that not only is super flattering, but you can fit your pony through, and a tangle-free Velcro closure. So just set your style, pick up that pony, no more flattening you down, flattering on everyone.
Why didn't I invent this?
I'm telling you, here's another one. I know you want multiple colors. Original price on these, $24 to $30. Today's deal, $12 to $15 with free shipping. 50% off to get the celeb look. All right, I love this. Okay, Ideal Fashions. These are, she's got a big bag. Assorted watches, you're going to want more. Yes. I love to celebrate style with a functional accessory, right? So these are incredible for men, for women. Check it out. You've got gorgeous different faces, small sizes, large sizes, really high quality timepieces, and the band silicone, leather, sport, classic, funky. They have really great looks to them. Great for everybody. Beautiful. Original price on these, $49 to $199. Not today. $20 to $79 plus free shipping. Grab one. Murid Skincare, you love it. I know. Troy just asked me for it. Murid is amazing because it's developed by a dermatologist. So and the reason people love it, it's targeted skincare. So it's done in collections, and there are 4. Really good. I brought you these because these are my favorite. I love the hydrating toner, the serum. That's the Reform collection. And then the Resurgence collection is another favorite of mine, which I love the night cream and the eyes and lips. And check this out. You're going to love this too. The Rapid Collagen Infusion for lips. Just a little something I had to bring you because you're going to love it. And the
Retinol Youth Renewal Serum.
I know. It's so good. You put that on and your skin just radiates. It's just beautiful. I say put it on at night, and during the day, you can put it on first and put a moisturizer on. Nice. Original price on this collection, $24 to $89. Hold on. The deal is $12 to $44 with free shipping. That's a good deal. Right? For luxury skincare. Now, this is another one. Speaking of beauty and makeup, Blend Smart. I'm dying to show you this. So Blend Smart is a rotating brush, makeup brush, and it gives you a flawless airbrushed look. So you can use cream, powder, any way your makeup comes, and see that? That little brush tip rotates, so it blends for you easily and simply.
Does Karen Dupiche know about this?
She does, and she recommends. And the other thing I have for you is the Blend Smart 2, which is for skincare. No more fingers on your skincare, so it's going to give you that beautiful, intense penetration of your skin products and really help you to save a lot of money, no waste. Original price on these, $69 to $136. Today's deal, $34.50 to $66. Very nice. I saved one of these. You gotta love this, Tommy Copper. So this is a support shirt, Sunny. See all these details, all of these beautiful, you know, the stitching. It's not just for looks because it actually adds support. It helps us with healthy posture. It supports your back, even from the shoulder as it wraps around, and it has slimming tech. So I gotta tell you, these are so gorgeous. Not only do you feel energized, you don't get that fatigue and that tired feeling, but it helps to keep your back feeling healthy. It's like a hug. It is a hug. It doesn't feel tight, it feels like a hug, but I love these layered, but I also love them by themselves. Men and women. Original price on these, $79.50 to $89.50. Today's deal, $39.75 to $44.75.
Our thanks to Greta Monahan. The clock is ticking, people. You have 24 hours to grab any of these exclusive deals at viewyourdeal.com. And members of the audience are going home with a watch from Ideal Fashions and a cap from Pony Flow. Have a great day, everyone, and take a little time to enjoy the view.
Now, New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Winds whip up a mess this afternoon. Trees down, scaffolding dangling, and big travel headaches at the airports. The question is, how long will this last?